Welcome back into Roster Rescue, the show where we take a look at your guys' rosters and we tell you, hey, here's how to make this thing just a little bit better. Whether you're contending, whether you're rebuilding, we are here for you. Crazy day in the NFL yesterday. Lots of players with multi-touchdown games, lots of players that disappointed. Rich, how you doing, my good friend?
Oh, doing swell. It's Monday, making moves, competing, not competing, trying to find ways to better my team. My son's crushing Scott Fishbowl in line to have he's real mad because last week he forgot he left Kyler Murray in instead of Daniel Jones. He's mad at me. And he's still doing really well, but he has a chance this week because he'd be in the top 100 if he would have done that. And then this week he has a chance to have the high scores of the week, so he's pretty excited. So it's been a good week. Chris McCaffrey scored 73 points in Scott Fishbowl yesterday. It was a wild day.
Yeah, he had a fantastic day, for sure. Pete, I know you're a little less sleep because of the Mariners going on to Game 7.
Dude, yeah, I knew that it was always going to be Game 7, if best case scenario kind of thing, because that Blue Jays team is really good. But I'm excited. We've never been this far, so yeah, we've never even been to Game 7 in the ALCS. So,
you got Bieber going tonight too, so you're in good spot. You're in good shape.
Yeah, he kind of torched us last time though. So
okay, never mind.
I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm not paying attention to your Mariners.
I know.
Good luck though. I wish you the best. Any franchise that's had to live through misery, I'm always rooting for you because from one misery survivor to another, you're always in my thoughts.
It's
down with the Dodgers.
It's always a glory day. But question, really fast.
I thought you can't be the Dodgers. No.
Okay. Yeah. No. So I just sent out a trade offer, 1-to-1 quarterback swap, and I feel like you guys are on the same side as me.
Okay.
Who would you prefer, Caleb Williams or Jackson Dart?
Like Paula Abdul style, straight up now. Tell me.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's tough.
Wow. Who do you prefer?
I want Dart.
Yeah. Okay, then Dart.
Because he showed me.
It's that close. It's like, yeah, it's that close for me. I mean, dude, he just looks like he has it, man. He really does. He's got the moxie. He's got the arm. What he's doing without the weapons compared to like what Caleb Williams has, like that is the upside there.
Like seeing what he did against Denver. I mean, like it was a sloppy game to some extent, but it's like
sure. Yeah. No, I mean he showed everything you would hope to show. And for Giants fans, it's almost best case scenario because they're playing really well, but they've lost a couple of those games in like heartbreaking fashion. But you at this point, you don't really think the Giants are like a legit contender. So they're almost playing in the best possible way right now because they are scoring a lot of points. Their offense looks great. Dart looks awesome. And then they lose in heartbreaking fashion. So their picks keep getting better this offseason. So it's almost like perfect scenario right now for the Giants, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, his value is only going to go up. It looks like, I mean, again, like he just looks like sometimes players just look like they have it. And the guys with the quarterbacks, man, like nobody knows, right? Anything can happen. They're so mental, they could get broken. But like for him to have the moxie again, come back and that drive yesterday, with where that team is, like those are the kind of losses that Giants fans you're okay with. You know, increase your draft stock to make everything better around him because like now you have the cornerstone. Where, like you said, Caleb has everything around him. So like Dart to me is one of those guys. Like there's not. I think Garrett, you and I kind of talked about that like before. Like there's not many quarterbacks that I am not okay with trading for Jackson Dart, some kind of deal. Like outside of like I think Jaden, Josh, Lamar. Outside of that, like there's a path for everybody I could find, and some of you have to give a little bit more, some of you got to take a little bit less. You know, like
yeah,
it's just for how old he is and what he's doing already. It's like pretty. You got to kind of ride those moments.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I know we are on nuke only watch right now, right, Pete? So we are only accepting nukes at the moment because we have a lot to do on today's show. But let's go ahead and get into our first one here.
Oh Okay, this is from Stefan. Maybe the Diggs. Who knows? Let's see. So it's a 12 team, 11 starting on your team. Let's see. Was on roster rescue before the season started. And
I was going to say, I remember this guy, I think.
Yeah. Wanted to see what the team thinks in comparison to where I was in August and what direction I should go as the season goes on. This league is very difficult to trade in at sometimes. Players overvalue their players at sometimes, in my opinion. Thanks, guys.
All right. So we have a super flex league starting 11. So pretty deep starting rosters here for this team. And we have a clear juggernaut in dynasty value. But here's where we're at right now. Quarterback wise, Jalen Milroe, Spencer Rattler. So we do actually have a starting quarterback at the moment. Shador Sanders, running backs, Bayshall Tootin, Devin Neal, Brashard Smith, Jarquez Hunter, wide receivers, Travis Hunter, Matthew Golden, Luther Burden, Cedric Tillman, Jack Besh, Kyle Williams, Torrey Horton, Isaac Tesla. Tight ends, we've got Colston Loveland and Isaiah Likely. Here's where we are at with our picks. We have 326 first, 2027 first, and then we've got some 26 and 27 seconds, some additional ones there. And Rich, this is one that we had already done before, but he kind of wanted like just an updated glance, an updated look at where we have his team. And let's see where we're at in contender, even though I know we're probably going to be in the same spot based on how I'm seeing things. Yep, we're in the same spot here. So in a super flex league, obviously we're behind the 8 ball, even with the extra picks, which is very, very exciting. We are behind the 8 ball. The likelihood of Spencer Rattler being the long-term answer at quarterback, even though he's playing fine, the likelihood of him being the long-term answer is very, very low. This team is more than likely going to be drafting another quarterback. Maybe they give Shuck a shot, but right now, if he at his advanced age, if they haven't been willing to put him out there yet, that doesn't look great for him, to be honest. So right now, this is probably just more of a scenario of keep on keeping on, because there's really not a lot of assets for you to move at this point. You've moved all of the assets that you would likely move in a rebuild. And so all of these guys are first or second year players for the most part. So I think really at this point, you've got to hit on your draft picks. That's really where we're at this. Rich, do you see something any different than how I see it?
No, he's in a good spot to grab it. Like you said, Spencer Rattler looks fine. He's in another good spot to grab a quarterback with his 1-1. He'll get the Fernando Mendoza, the Ty Simpson, whatever quarterback that he wants to grab. And you're right, there's not many more moves they can make that would be like lateral moves unless you're out, right? Like if I can get a first for Matthew Golden, like I wouldn't even if I could find a middle of the road team and like say you're gonna have like the 2-1 in this draft. Like if I could flip 2-1 and Matthew Golden into like a first and another first, like something along those lines, like piling that, I would do that. But like I also I'm totally okay with like the upside you have with the Matthew Golden, the Luther Burdens, the Kyle Williams, the Jack Besh, obviously Travis Hunter. Like there's no way to move off. There's no reason to move off Travis Hunter. Brashard Smith offers some upside there. You got the running back depth. There's not a lot of moves to really make here that are worth the while, right?
What about Spencer Rattler? Let's say, would you shop him and just take a straight up second if somebody loses a quarterback or something like that to just get out while you can?
Yeah, I would. Like for a second. And at the same time, where his team is, like if there's just a chance that Spencer Rattler could be the starter for this year and next year, like if somehow he turns it, because he's been okay.
I'm not giving him away.
Yeah, I'm not giving him away, but he's been okay. So like, it's not like an urgent move either. Like I think you kind of said it. Like this team's done a lot what it can do or should do. I said because other move you'd be looking at like what's your number one asset on your team? You're like it's Travis Hunter, right? And after what Travis Hunter showed, what he could do. Off of yesterday, like why would you move off Travis Hunter for a late first? Like say a bottom team wanted Travis Hunter, that's guaranteed to be a top 4 pick this year, like top 5 pick. Like if then you want to make a lateral move, I'd be okay with that, but that'd be the only
more
way.
Of like a re-roll type of situation where it's like, I'll give you the same value that he was drafted at.
Yeah, 100% there because like you said, you like about 3 receivers in here. You like a running back in here, so that's 4 players.
Throw in a lot of quarterbacks, which you need.
Yeah, and throwing 3 quarterbacks would probably be top 10 out of this draft class. Like that gives you like a top 6 pick. Probably feels pretty safe on Travis Hunter, but just know with one of those picks, then you got to replace Travis Hunter. So it really just comes down how much you like Travis Hunter. And I have no problem rolling with him. Like, his biggest hindrance is Trevor Lawrence 1, Brian Thomas 2. But like Travis Hunter, like again, he saw like a 75%.
Shane Waldron 3.
Sure. Yeah, or I could argue him number 1 as well. So like, I think if he's looking like, hey man, like let's just reset, make sure I'm on the right path. Like he's certainly on the right path. Like I'd be real interested if like Shadur got in and somebody like got real hyped because Shadur's got such a big fan base. If I can move off of Shadur at any point, like say something Dylan
if he gets a starting role and somebody offers you a second, done and done.
Oh yeah, done and done. I mean, I guess I'd probably just want to wait and see the first game just to see if like just something magical was there. I don't think there is, but like just in case. And then obviously like any, if say Brashard Smith has another good game where he's getting some carries involved in a passing game and somebody wants to give you draft capital for him, he can go in any window. He can go. Devin, like obviously any of the running backs, they present themselves a window. Like you're going to move on. There's no need there because you're not even ready to take a step forward. And 2027. Because how many 27 picks do we have, Pete?
We have 3 firsts, including our own, and then 2 seconds.
We have 2 27 first, 3 26 first. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and listen, I'd be really curious. Like, be very mindful of those first when they come along. Like about moving back and grabbing more draft capital as well.
And that's what I just wanted to talk about because we don't have a lot of regular trades to give you. But here's the thing in this: not that you want to move off of elite assets, but moving down from 1 to 3. From 1 to 4, if somebody's in love with Jeremiah Love, maybe he's the top guy, or they think Fernando Mendoza is the guy and I want to get him at 1-1 or whatever, you need to split these assets and turn them into multiple assets. So you're exactly right, Rich. Like there, I'm looking specifically in the 26 class, maybe not in the 27 class. Hopefully I'm in a little bit of a better spot by then, but in the 26 class, maybe moving down, but only into spots that I still like. I'm not moving from 1-1 to 110 just to pick up an extra second. Like I want to move them for players that I think can give me similar value overall, but now I'm getting a nice plus on top.
Yeah, and honestly, it'd be the other 2 first I'd be looking to move back on, not the 1-1. Like I think this year outside of like Tennessee, I think the 1-1, say they go to the Jets, they go to the Raiders. Like there's situations that aren't as bleak as like Tennessee was from a fantasy football standpoint, the terrible offensive line and no weapons to throw the football to. So like this team has to start with the basics, which is a quarterback, right? And start there. And the quarterback's not going to like that quarterback alone won't propel you to have a really good like record. And then those other picks are the ones I'd be trying to move back off of. And because I'd really want like whoever go, like I'd want that like top tier quarterback to start the foundation. Because obviously in 27, you got to realize even if it's 27 first, he's most likely not taking a quarterback with that 27 first. He's probably taking Jeremiah Smith. So the fact that you can get like, say, let's just call Fernando Mendoza, keeps the number 2 in the country. They keep winning. He keeps looking better. He goes 1-1 to say the Jets. He's tied to like Garrett Wilson, right? There. Like I wouldn't want to move back. I'd really just want to take Fernando Mendoza with this team and start that foundation build with him. And then those other 2 picks are the ones where I'd be trying to like shimmy and shake and just get as much more draft capital as I can, because I know my 27 picks is really, I'm really going to start to build on top of that. And you're right. Like they're not like I have to move, but like usually there's always a chance you can move down like 2 spots and pick up another second. Move down 3 spots. Like say one's 1-6, you can move down to 110 and pick up a 27 first, or 112 and 27 first. Like that's the move you kind of want to make in my eyes going forward. Because I said you have an okay base at receiver for like from an upside standpoint, and what's good is like you'll know by the time you get there. So then you'll be looking at running backs to fill in. Who's this tight end? Can I just see that one more time?
Loveland
and like
and like so you're fine there, which is great. Like you have like that at least filled out. Like and it's not by the time those like hit again, you'll know in 2027. So I think you're really set up nicely for 27 to move.
And something else that I would like to just kind of keep in the back of my mind as I'm going, we see this every year at the quarterback position, but especially in larger classes. Look at this past year. This was a smaller quarterback class. Jackson Dart, you got him at pick 10, 11 in most drafts. Look at the year before. A guy who hasn't played super great in Michael Penix. He went, 2-5, 2-6. You can still get a first-round pick for Michael Penix, even though he's been very mid so far. Bo Nix had a good start, a little bit down this year, although he had the great fourth quarter this week. You're able to get 2 firsts from him. You took him in the second round, the mid-second round at times. So that's going to be the benefit for you is, hey, you're not worried about winning in 2026. You don't care about that. So where are the pieces that can skyrocket the most in value or at least remain the most stable in value? It's going to be those quarterbacks in these super flex leagues. So identifying those guys that maybe they didn't go top 5, but are still first round picks. Those are the kind of guys you're going to be wanting to target with those late first and early seconds, because that's how all of a sudden you can skyrocket. If you were to try to flip, not that I would recommend it, but flip Jackson Dart today, you're getting close to 3 firsts now at this point for a Jackson Dart on a guy that you spent the 110 on just 3 months ago. So that's where you could really quickly accelerate this process.
Yeah, outside of outliers, the young rookie quarterback, first-round quarterbacks are the most insulated picks you could possibly make in Dynasty. Sometimes you get the ones that kind of flip. You can still get a first for Cam Ward, not exactly where he took him. Like he's one of the outlier guys. Like Josh Rosen would be an outlier guy. But for most parts, they're insulated assets. And you're right. Like your best case scenario with those 3 firsts is you have yours is 1-1. You get the number 1 overall pick. And then like the other one's a mid. And this quarterback class is so deep. Other people take those first round receivers and Jeremiah Love. And then another one of those quarterbacks fall to you. And you can actually then grab 2 quarterbacks in a strong class. And then now you have your 2 quarterbacks as your foundation. And now you have all those other picks to kind of start moving on and use those second round picks on receivers and running backs along those lines. Because again, the value in the running back, you can get a good return there as well. So yeah, I think he's in a good spot overall.
All right. I don't think we have much else. I think we exhausted everything we can do on this one, but Stefan, appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming back on the show. We appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, looks good, man. Good shape. Doing it right. That's the most important thing. It's fall in the process. The process doesn't, as long as you follow, like the outcomes don't always, match the desire, but the process is right. And that's all you can do. That's to put yourself in the best position for long-term success.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay, so this is Wade's team. This was from last week, and he was 1-4, but he actually scored the most points in the league. So don't you love that?
Wow.
Now he is 2-4 and second in points for, so it worked out for him this week. Okay. First year league and quarterbacks are undervalued. Haven't been able to get value for Caleb or Drake yet. It is a Superflex tight end premium league. No, it's not very high probability I make a run at the ship with this start. Looking for advice.
All right. I will say this real quick before we get into it. And Rich, I'm curious your thoughts, but it doesn't surprise me, a new league not valuing the quarterback as they should, specifically young guys like Caleb Williams and Drake May. But then where's the one guy that they might value? Josh Allen. So we can maybe pursue and see. They're going to have to pay a pretty penny, but I'm comfortable with Drake May and Caleb Williams as my starting quarterbacks in a super flex league. But let's go ahead and get into it. At the quarterback position, Josh Allen, Drake May, Caleb Williams. Running backs, Cam Scadaboo, Woody Marks, Braylon Allen, Kyle Monangai, Kendre Miller, Keaton Mitchell, Kamani Vidal. Wide receivers, Emeka Ibuka, Rome Odunze, Tet McMillan, Zay Flowers, Jaden Higgins, Khalil Shakir, Cedric Tillman. At tight end, we have Dalton Kincaid, Harold Fannin, and Chig Okonkwo. Picks-wise, we have 2 firsts in 2026, and then we've got all of our other picks, an additional third in 2026 as well. We are the first place team in total dynasty value, but Pete, where are we at in contender mode?
We are
still
ironically first
so,
by the quarterbacks.
And it's the quarterbacks that are buoying us up. We can only start 2, so you kind of have 5,800 of lost value as far as what a real contender is. But regardless of all that, Rich, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I love the idea that he has 2 first. I love that idea where he sits there. I don't, because this is like, you're right. This is like the perfect team to flip Josh Allen off of, right? And ride Caleb Williams and Drake May, and then use one of your first 4 quarterback next year to add that third quarterback. Your receivers look great. Your tight ends look great. Obviously, your running back room is your biggest hole. So I can go 2 ways with this team. Like I could imagine flipping a first if I could for a running back. Like a guy who's offered me some years, still gives me another first the following year to kind of keep adding on top of that. It's not a strong running back class next year, and you're so close. Like I'm okay with doing it, some of those lines. Because you're obviously not in a full rebuild mode. I would love to find a path for us to use Josh Allen for a running back plus, right? Like not plus being like draft capital. Like that's the path I would like to find, because you hit on Cam Scatterboo. Vidal is going to be okay with you for now, for this season, until Amari Hampton comes back, which is okay, but it's a very temporary. Yeah, it's a very temporary fix. You're totally fine at receiver, like completely every which way you want to look at it, from your starters to your depth, and same at tight end. So I think our clear path here, Garrett, is to see if, because I'm not moving Drake May. He's not even an option to move off this team, but I'm totally comfortable with Caleb Williams being my quarterback too. And I know, like I said, if you want to win now, you use your draft picks and move and keep Josh Allen. But like for me, I would like to set this up for kind of a little bit of a longer haul team, and I would want to move Josh Allen, because you're right. In contender mode, let's just start with the number 2 team and kind of walk our way down here a little bit, Pete. Who really needs a service?
Dart, JJ McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers. So they've hit on Dart, which helps them a lot. McCarthy is obviously still very much so up in the air. Aaron Rodgers. Is this the kind of thing where, I know you're a big McCarthy guy. I'm not as big on him as you.
Yep.
Could he potentially be part of a package for you, though?
Yeah.
Get a Josh Allen?
First thing when I saw the team was like, man, this is great. McCarthy's value is completely suppressed right now. Listen, you're going to take a risk for the most part, but I would love to move Josh Allen to this team, who clearly would want him, would clearly need him. He'd be very easy, I bet, to give up JJ McCarthy, and he's loaded at running back. So he's not going to give us Gibbs. He's not going to give us God, he could use some receiver help too. And we're deep at receiver. Huh. I think that team
as well. Yeah, Darren Waller, who might be done.
Yeah, dude. I think there's a very clear path to offer, like for that team, man, to get us like. I think we could kind of pick and choose like whoever we want, and outside of, like with the
that team is only 3-3 as well, so they are really like middle of the road trying to figure out what they're doing here.
Yeah, so like the premise is definitely gonna be Josh Allen. We're definitely gonna ask for JJ back. That gives us our third quarterback, and then we're super young at quarterback and we're insulated, right? And then going down, what tight ends do we have to offer him? Because he really needs a tight end.
We have Kincaid, Fannin, and Okonkwo.
Nah, I'm not going to blow up my. Okonkwo is not going to move the needle for him probably, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not giving Fannin or Kincaid with our roster. But anyways, let's go back to that and see. Like, I think the easiest person to get off him here, Garrett, is gonna be Saquon with his depressed value right now.
He is going to be the easiest. It's just going to be hard for me to get enough value to give up Allen.
I know, but here's what I think this opens up the door with his depressed value. I think this opens our door up for a draft pick ask back. You know what I mean?
Like we can ask for his 27 first on top.
I think so.
I think that's what I would need to really even consider it.
Yeah, because here's why, Garrett. Like I think this fits what we're trying to do perfectly. One, it gives us 3 quarterbacks, so we still, if JJ hits, right, or if JJ is just solid, I don't know, maybe the disparity between him and Caleb Williams might not be very different. So like if he's equal to Caleb Williams, probably be able to move Caleb Williams more than JJ. But either way, we have our third quarterback, which is huge for us, right? Because one, it's a chip, it helps us in our contention mode. Because on a points per game basis, like Josh Allen and Drake May at this point are probably about 4 points off per game. So you're getting Saquon, you're not getting much now, but you're getting something, right? You're getting something. And we kind of talked about that in an earlier show where like, I still believe there's going to be a window for Saquon to bounce back. He's only 28 years old. he has the physique and skill set to probably play till he's 30, possibly 31 at a fantasy football relevant avenue. And then it gives us 227 first. So we'll have 227 first, and we got our 2 first next year to kind of really kind of shake and bake, which really then opens up our other first to kind of add more depth to at some point, which now we can go get another running back if we need.
Yeah. I will say this though, Rich, this is probably the minimum I would take. Like, there's no negotiating of this deal for me. So like, you might need to throw out, like, add a second and first for him to talk you down to this deal, because I'm not going any lower than I need that 27 first. I need Barkley and I need JJ. No questions about it.
Yeah, there's no, I mean, again, if you want to offer another running back outside of J.K. Dobbins, right? Like, I'm not going to give him, I wouldn't accept J.K. I would not accept J.K. Dobbins, but like his other running backs are
Chuba,
Jacobs and Gibbs. Like, he's not going to give us one of those two, right? Obviously Gibbs, but like, say he's going to offer Josh Jacobs instead of Saquon Barkley, I'd obviously accept that too. Which is going to be like less in our calculator, but like Saquon's probably a little bit too high in our calculator right now, to be honest with you. I would accept that, but I doubt.
Gotta get Matt to move him down.
Yeah,
I don't know who has him high.
It could be me. I gotta go back and double check. I don't know. I gotta move him down, but I'm a little higher still on Saquon than most, even though he's not performing right now.
Sure.
I think it's
Jared.
Jared at 13. Woo. Rich, you and I are the low guys on him.
Yeah, I'd send Jared a text.
Move him down right now.
Yeah, you're messing up our calculator, fucker. Yeah. And listen, dude, Garrett, like that, I understand what we're doing here too. Like that puts us in a lot of risk. Like it could end up where we're like, we just gave Josh Allen up for a first, but like for this team structure, like that's a risk like you're willing to take. Cause like you don't it's not like you're losing drastically. Yes, you're moving Josh Allen's points, which is a drastic thing, but like you're insulated at least on like, there'll be some point you'll be able to get like another first probably for Barkley. I strongly believe that. Like you'll be able to get another first. So you're essentially getting 2 firsts and JJ McCarthy for Josh Allen.
The nice part about this deal is, and I'd have to go look at what the exact points are between Caleb Williams and Josh Allen right now. But my guess is it's probably about a 5-point difference, maybe a 6-point difference
with Caleb.
So that hurts. Caleb was like number 2 through the first 4 weeks. So I don't know what it is overall now. But that being said, this is a trade that helps you now and later, because the difference between Josh Allen to Caleb Williams is not going to be as big as the difference of Saquon Barkley to whoever our running back 2 is right now. I don't even remember who it is. Like it was nobody. So that point gap is going to be much bigger at the running back spot. Go ahead.
Yeah, Josh Allen is currently averaging 22.9 points per game. Caleb Williams is averaging 18.3. So like, and that's the thing you got to remember. It's like usually and that's exactly what I said. It's probably like a 4-point difference, right? That's what I kind of like speculated on what it's going to be. And
who's our running back 2 right now, Pete?
Woody.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley's definitely averaging more than 4 points per game, more than Woody Marks.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get that 27 first, and that mults it off. So that's one team that's
McCarthy.
Yeah, and you're getting JJ McCarthy, which is going to say he averages 15 points per game. Like, sweet.
Just to be clear, so this was a comment that Wade wrote, is like he doesn't think he's going to be able to contend. You guys are wanting to contend this year, right?
The nice part is this helps both. Like Saquon, will help you to contend, but JJ McCarthy's a future asset, and so is the 27 first. So you're kind of splitting this asset that can really only. I mean, he's one of, if not the best asset. So I'm not trying to minimize Josh Allen, but it's an asset that allows you to do both simultaneously, get better for the future and have a better shot to win now.
Yeah. And you can only contend if you get a more running back help. And that's the thing. Like, and I can go either way. Like, I'm okay with that. Another running back and like let the chips fall where they may. Like Cam Scatterboot, I'm not going to just, as much as I love the dude, I'm not going to prop him up and say this guy's a league winner, right? Like he's a solid young running back you have. It's probably hashtag 2 to 3 year window at his finest. It just, I wouldn't mind adding a guy there. Because again, I am more concerned about competing in 2026 than I am than this year. Like if it all falls out, like if everything falls in line where it is, like Drake May keeps balling, Caleb Williams steps up, like sweet, dude. I got the receivers, like I can do it. I'm cool with that, but I'm really looking to take my big step forward next year. Who's that fourth team? Because it looks like the third team has really good at quarterback. But we can look at the third team, I guess, just to see.
Ooh, Deshaun.
Yeah,
this team's got nothing for us. Yeah,
Darnold's playing well though.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy's got no. He's not. Yeah, he's not gonna.
This isn't our dance partner.
No. Can we just see the third team real quick, Pete, as we walk down?
Yep.
Baker, Goff, Corey, Derek.
Probably not.
What receivers does he have?
I'd be curious. One of those real low tier teams, like 9 or 12. What's their quarterback?
This guy is 3-3.
They desperately need a quarterback.
Yeah, definitely the Fields news.
They desperately need one. The problem is they don't have the running back we would want.
No, because we would want. Hold on, they're 3-3. Hold on, let me see their team. Pete, you move so fast sometimes I can't read what's going on. No, you're good. I'm thinking about like long. Okay, all right. So this team's 3-3, right?
Uh-huh.
So let's be savvy with it. This team's 3-3. They got Rashee Rice back to feeling really good about what he just did. Their receivers, outside of Puku and Rashee Rice, are no bueno. Oh, he's got Neighbors coming back next year, but we don't know how that's going to look. Yeah. I would be interested, Garrett, on this team taking like RJ Harvey and because I don't know how this team's going to like. This team is like one of those funny teams. Like his running back room.
How do we get to Josh Allen? I don't think this team has what we need to get to Josh Allen unless we're getting Puka.
No. But look at here's what I'm thinking. Right, like say we can get RJ again. I know this sounds sometimes saying stuff in dynasty trades out loud is crazy, right?
Okay.
But if we can get RJ Harvey as a throw-in running back, right, and say we got us 2 firsts, like, dude, this team 27 first is looking pretty good. Like Kamara, he's not long for much more NFL fun. And then he would have like only 2 running backs, which is one away from having none. You'd have no draft capital go into 26 and 27. His only receivers would be Puka, Rice, and Neighbors. We don't know how quick Neighbors will be ready to start the year next year at full force. That's all he's got. Like,
was he have at tight end?
I think he's got Tyler Warren actually, so it would be pretty good. Yeah, you're right. It's probably not there. I'm just trying to talk myself into it. Like, I just feel like that's a team where like his 27 first could be pretty high. And again, it almost like we lose the trade, but like it fits like our build pretty good. That's the only thing. Like, and we have to know like if moving quarterbacks is hard to do, like they're less.
What about Team 9?
Oh, that sucks. That team sucks. At running back, sorry.
Man, got Devon Achane, and they desperately need a quarterback.
What's their record? 3-3.
Yep, 3-3.
Yep.
Okay. Can we go down as receivers a little bit? So
we
Cam
also
Ward,
have like a Khalil Shakir that could like be a throw-in on a deal to like
give him that stack. I thought about that too as well. So like, because he could use a little receiver help. Like, again, man, like I don't like this team's not great. Like, would have probably a high like again. I like these 3-3 teams. I think like, oh, maybe I can kind of go for it when like long term you're like, yeah, give me that.
Because Goddard, I don't feel great about. Like he's just been really lucky so far this year with touchdowns.
He's been pretty solid, but he'll also be a free agent this year and probably go somewhere pretty sweet. Like for this team, like Cam Ward and like again, but all we're gonna get is Cam Ward and 2 first. Like,
unless Devon Achane's part of the equation.
Yeah, but then what's the point? He's not gonna make that move. What's the point of him making that move in the first place? Like he's not gonna make that
because he needs a quarterback.
I know, but like, listen, if we can, again, I'm trying to be realistic as possible. Like I can't. Like, what are we gonna get? Devon Achane plus what? Like. For Josh Allen,
it would depend on how you feel about Cam Ward. It would probably be Devon Achane, Cam Ward, and maybe you can get a little bit on top. Or if you don't want Cam Ward, just Devon Achane and a first. Like, would you take Devon Achane and his 27 first?
Oh yeah, because I think his 27 first might be pretty solid. So I would take that.
I think that's a move I would pursue because if I'm this team and I'm looking at them, like my one quarterback might not be good and my other quarterback might be done after this year. But then after this season, I have Joe Burrow and Josh Allen. I'm going to be eaten. So he could be thrilled for how things would look after this year. So that would be something I would pursue.
Yeah, I think so. I'd definitely be okay with that because I'm getting Devon Achane. You know what I mean? Like I'd be happy with that too. So yeah, I mean,
a short-term and long-term upgrade at running back.
It just sucks when somebody says, "Hey, I can't really move."
Well, he didn't say quarterbacks. He said he's not been able to get the value for Caleb or Drake.
Yeah, which is like the opposite move we want to make anyways. Like, because I don't think you're going to get the value for Caleb that you'd want. You're right. Like he's just like, again, he's another dud game. Like he's been up and down, which I'm fine with. Like, listen, young quarterbacks take time. Not all of them are studs right away. Like not everybody looks like Jackson Dart. Like you just get super excited about. Like Caleb's the guy there in Chicago, and he's going to be there for a while. So it's like
they've won 4 straight games. Yeah. They're winning. So
like you're fine. Right. And you have Drake May. So you already have one guy that's like even higher upside. So yeah, dude, like I'm okay with like not move. I don't want to move those guys the way your team's built.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay.
On to the next.
So this is a very important one. This is Derek, and this is an Empire League. Okay. And he won last year. And if he wins this year, he gets the whole kit and caboodle.
Nice.
It's a.
Does it also reset the league?
Start 9. He does not say.
Typically, I think you get that extra pot, but then it like nukes the league and you start over. Typically.
He does say that it's been difficult trading in this league.
Sure. Yeah. If you won last year and you might reset everything, I could see how that would be hard to make trades.
Yep.
All right. So Superflex, 12-team league. Dynasty-wise, we are currently the 10th ranked team, but let's see why. Quarterbacks, we have Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Sam Darnold, even Spencer Rattler at the quarterback position. Running back, Saquon Barkley, David Montgomery, Javonte Williams. Somebody needs to move up Javonte Williams in their dynasty rankings. How is he behind David Montgomery? Who do I need to yell at?
Matt
Everybody. I need to yell at everybody. Get him to 60.
It's crazy to me that he's still only 25.
Yeah. Come on. Matt's a big fan too.
He has Sony Michel knees.
All right. Wide receiver wise, T. Higgins, Chris Olave, Mike Evans, Calvin Ridley, Torrey Horton, Tyreek Hill. Tight ends, we're looking at Kyle Pitts, Cade Otton, Hunter Henry, and then Darren Waller, who just got hurt. Picks wise, it looks like we have all of our draft assets. So we have not moved any of our draft capital for the next 3 years. So we can really do whatever we want. Right now, okay. So Andrew, yes, it does typically trigger a redraft of the Dynasty League. So we're in 10th in Dynasty mode. Where are we at in contender mode, Pete?
6th.
So we're in 6th place.
Losing Tyreek was pretty big for this team.
Losing Tyreek definitely hurt. You
gained Javonte, so
Ridley that hurt too as well. Ridley not doing anything this year really kind of sucked.
This team looks a little rough to try and go for that. It's hard to win those Empire Leagues, but if I understand trying to go for it though, for sure.
You 4-2.
And what sucks is like I'm with you, Garrett. Like I think Sam Darnold's like a really good asset to trade for, but like I bet the value, like where I value him and what I'm gonna get returns, not there. 62% chance to win. Okay, that's good. It's not about win this week though. It's about win everything. So,
but he'll make the playoffs. So making the playoffs is the first step.
Shirts are awesome. I would love personally, Garrett. The first thing that pops to my mind is I would love to try and use my first in T. Higgins to like upgrade my receiver a little bit, because like this team, like even like Andrew says, like it's stuck a little bit here in the middle. Like you got Olave, had a big boost week this week.
And I think that's the thing. Like he needs to make a strong, like he needs to decide what he wants to do and just go strong in that direction. Because like with all of your draft capital, and especially if you know that you will hit the reset button if you do it, now all of my draft capital is open in my mind, even though people have a hard time trading if they think that you will win it, because now those draft picks go kablooey.
Yeah, I mean, that first one I see right there, like the guy in the bottom, man, Rashee Rice, like that's like
my first thing out the gate is I'm offering my running back. I hate to offer my 2 first for Rasheed Rice with our running back room, but to go for it, hell yeah, I would like to blow it all up and gamble on that, like taking my team back. Because like, listen, you are a stub toe away from your running back room going on like in the hospital and not coming back, right? Like you are so thin and so risky.
It is start 1 running back.
Oh, it is?
Ooh, that helps a lot, actually.
Start 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 4 flex.
That actually helps a lot.
Oh, it helps out. It does help out a lot. All right, yeah. Okay, I'm offering 2 firsts, 26 and 27 for Rasheed Rice right out the gate.
The nice part about Rice, too, is it's not just like a win now move. Like, if you don't make it, oh, darn, I still have Rasheed Rice.
Yeah, I'd throw in a second if I had to because it's a late. You know what I mean? That's the first move I'm making, and then your room's T. Higgins, Chris Olave, and Rasheed Rice, and then you can still start Mike Evans when he's there. But again, that's not like a long term like excitement. Like that's not going to get you a little excited.
And Kyle Pitts and Hunter Henry are going to be fine. Kyle Pitts has actually been sneaky decent this year. He's been getting a lot more targets, and he's been performing. Not amazing. He hasn't had any like boom games yet, but he's been getting you a lot of those like 10, 12, 14-point games.
Yeah, Gunnar Helm stepped up a little bit this week. Has slowly gotten a little bit better. Tight end out of Texas, who is a solid guy. You know, like a better Chigo Konekwo, essentially, like from a movement standpoint.
And he was such a steal in drafts too, because remember he had that terrible combine because of the injury.
Yeah,
and so I scooped him up in a lot of leagues like really late, and he looks solid.
Yeah.
Are you guys looking at packaging a player and moving your 28 first as well?
If someone will buy it, yes, but knowing that trading with us could reset the league and that pick could cease to exist.
Pretty heavily discounted.
Yeah, I understand when people being hesitant to trade for you, and like unfortunately, you can only start negotiating with some of these bottom teams for what you're going to have for draft pick wise.
I would rather have the 28 first than Derrick Henry if I'm this team. Would you give up?
No,
that
nope.
Okay,
no, because that does not do a lot to help me. And it only ruins my team. Like it almost guarantees my 28 first going to be 1-1. I feel like that's what it feels like. And Derrick Henry there,
unless you win it. But
like I said, like Rasheed Rice gives you a chance to win now, and then you can flip him for like you're going to get almost the same return next year back for him if it doesn't work out. And you want like Empire's off the table, and you want to reset. Like I'd like to, if I'm going to give up that kind of capital, like I want to have the return where I can get that back, right? Like I'm not trying to like just go into negative assets like a Derrick Henry. He's a complete negative asset right now. So, and the fact that like we don't only have to start running back, like I don't even care about. I don't want to add a running back. Like I want to like invest my draft capital in those receivers. So like that's what I'm looking for. Even a guy like like Michael Pittman. If I can get Michael Pittman for a late 26th first, I'd have no problem doing that to try and increase my odds a little bit. Like he's a very solid, safe receiver, definitely with Daniel Jones at the helm. And again, I don't think Daniel Jones is going anywhere whatsoever. I think he's going to be an Indianapolis Colts quarterback for some time. I think he's going to get
this team has Debo and Terry McLaurin. That's not
for them. When Kayshon Boutte is your wide receiver one,
I wouldn't be scared to float. No, yeah, I would be scared. Never mind, I'm a coward. for Terry, you know what I mean? Like, he's 30. He just signed an extension, but I'd really like to get like that. Like, I would really like that return at running back. He's got some running backs, but you're not going to get Trevion. You're not giving Bucky. I'm not paying 2 firsts for any running back with my team. I'm just not.
This guy's 1-5, and he is 4th in contending.
I would love to throw my first at Breece Hall, 1st and 2nd for Breece Hall. I would gamble.
I would give a first for any. I would not do it for ETN, I don't think.
Yeah,
but I would do it for any of those other running backs,
including Walker.
Yeah, because we talked about it on last week's show. He's a free agent after this year, and I think he's going to go somewhere and eat. So
it would be the most Seahawks thing though to sign him to like a 4-year contract.
I mean,
to not use him.
It doesn't seem like anyone is happy in the running game. I don't think the team's happy with the running game, and I don't think the running game's happy with the team. So I would be very surprised. But yeah, Breece Hall, Kyron Williams. If I can get either one of those guys for first, Kyron, I bet costs you first and second. Breece probably does too. I'd give it though. I'd have no problem doing it.
I'm really looking hoping. You keep hearing his name out there. A lot of smoke about Breece getting traded at the trade deadline. I would love to get ahead of that. I still love the player. So I would prefer Breece over Kyron personally. And I think it's a cheaper asset.
I'd be pretty neutral on it because I think Kyron has the more likelihood to help you this year than Breece, but Breece has the higher ceiling. So I could go either way. Who's the receivers here though, Pete? Because if this team's at 1-5, anything could be on the table.
JSN, Pickens, Flowers, Diggs.
Pickens is at his all-time high value right now. I wish we could wait a week or two for that to like maybe chill out a little bit before I go buy him. Flowers might be not a bad buy though, because Lamar's coming back. He's been really solid all season.
Jordan Addison's a buy for me. Talking about from a value standpoint, I have no problem paying a late first. I have no problem paying a mid first. Honestly, for a guy like Jordan Addison, he just produces every single week. He really does. For how much glow T. Higgins gets in the shadow of Jamar Chase, Addison does not get as much in the shadow of Justin Jefferson for some reason.
And he's always a wide receiver too.
Yeah, and he just produces. His route running is very silky. He's a great buy in any team build. Honestly, he's a great get. I bought a couple shares of Jordan Addison, and I've been very comfortable with the price tag paying. If you're a contender, Jordan Addison's worth a first and second. He's worth a late first and late second. And you win that trade. You win that because you're getting. Even if he just stays. Here's the thing. If he just stays what he is, which is like a mid-range wide receiver 2, that's a massive win for a late first, which doesn't have a high percentage to be a good player. And then anytime that Justin Jefferson goes down for any reason, he has a potential to be a wide receiver 1. So he's 23 years old, Addison?
I think he's a little older. I think he's 25.
24. Is he 25?
I think so, because I'm pretty sure he was a senior when he got drafted. I'll look right now and see. But
was he a senior? I thought when he transferred from Penn State, that was to USC?
From Pitt to USC.
Pitt, yeah, from Pitt to USC, and then I thought he left pretty quickly after that.
I'll look and see. Maybe
23. He's 23 and 8 months.
Wow. Okay, I thought he was 25.
No, I thought he was significantly younger than that. That's what I'm saying. I love the value on Addison. I really do.
You got to bump him up to my numbers then.
Oh, you're 45. Yeah, you are. And Jared's, you're right. Maybe I do have to do a little bit of adjustment there. God, it's tears, man. It's
tough. It's really
so
tough.
wild.
If only we had tears.
They're coming.
Tears for fears. But yeah.
Wow.
So there's a lot of options here though that we talked about. Rice, Addison, some of those running backs that we could go after, like Breece and Kyron. I think there's a lot of offers that I'm just trying to get out of the middle. I need to go strong one way or another, and I'm leaning going strong contender and trying to hit the reset button for this league.
Yeah, anytime I can go, I understand it's gonna be difficult for you to do it, but anytime you can go for the Empire, you go for it. You're all, because nothing else matters after that point. Yeah, but I understand moving Saquon for a better, but who's the running back? Who's gonna give you a contender is not moving off one of their assets, right? A rebuild team's not interested in Saquon. He's a hard person to move right now.
And Saquon actually has a top 10 rest of season schedule as far as easiest schedules for running back. So he's got a top 10 schedule. So I think it's the opposite. I think if I'm doing anything with Saquon right now, I'm trying to go buy him in leagues. And obviously you can't, you already have him. So if I'm doing, I just think it's the wrong time to move Saquon.
No, we did a show. I don't know if it's out yet though. Check the Dynasty feed. We did a show, Risers and Fallers.
I think it'll be out right after this.
The podcast is up already.
Okay. Oh, is it already up? Good job, Pete.
And Saquon came out as a faller, and Jagger was like, "Oh yeah," he didn't made all his case, worried what you can get, blah blah. And I was like, my first thing says, I'm buying Saquon right now. I am 100%. if his price tag is a first, like I'm all in on the Saquon sweepstakes. You can listen to the pod why. I can kind of make my case. But again, he's only 28 years old. There's still room here for him for multiple years of fantasy football production. I am buying Saquon Barkley on the dip.
There we go.
Yeah, but I think the move here is like go for the Empire, use your draft capital. It's real hard to say when like people are being real stingy with you, like say the specific trades. I think we gave you a couple options, but I think that's the path. Like the fact you only got to start 1-1 on each side, like you can go either way. I would just be really hesitant on giving any of my first for like young or old running backs or like really old receivers either. Like I'd want to inject those with at least a lateral. Like I'd be okay with giving 2 firsts with the assumption I can only get 1 first back maybe like next year, right? Like I'm willing to pay that 26 first to go for it. So Jordan Addison, Breece Hall, Kyron Williams, and Rashee Rice. I think those teams in that structure in the league, I think those are your best 4 go gets. And I would put them in order of Rashee Rice, Jordan Addison, Breece Hall, Kyron Williams. But I am with you, Garrett, like 1A, 1B, Breece and Kyron. Kyron's more safe now. I think Breece, let me put it this way. I think Breece has the best chance for a return upside here within the next 8 months.
Awesome. All right, on to the next.
Okay, we got Quest's team. This is a IDP Superflex PPR league. First year league down, lots of trades to go down. 3 firsts in 26 and 2028. None of the 2026 first will be high, and he has no 2027 picks or 27 firsts.
Okay.
All right, well, let's go through this thing. We are first in dynasty mode right now with Jaden Daniels, Brock Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, and Mac Jones at the quarterback position. Running backs, we're looking at Ashton Genty, Breece Hall, Javonte Williams, Jaden Blood, Braylon Allen, Brashard Smith. And then at wide receiver, we're looking at Brian Thomas, Rome Odunze, Marvin Harrison, Josh Downs, Jack Besh, Dante Thornton, Trey Tucker. You got all the Raiders there. Tight ends, we've got Brock Bowers, another Raider, Kate Otten, Noah Gray, Michael Mayer. This guy must be a Raiders fan because did he have Genty too?
Yes.
He has basically every single Raider.
Which is what you want, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
sure
one of
Browns
the
fan.
offenses.
Or a Tennessee fan.
All right. Overall, and we already talked about the picks. Pete, you talked about them. Right now, we are far and away the highest in dynasty mode. But where are we at in contender mode?
Side note, 3 and 9 currently.
Woof.
Third.
We're in third place in dynasty mode. And we've been dealing with a lot of injuries and a couple pieces underperforming, Rich. 3 and 9, so we're playing against the median. And it's not even like we've played a tough schedule. Right now, it's our points for are kind of matching where we're at. Points for 8th, we're 10th. So it's not like it's been unfair or anything like that. So what are you doing here, Rich? Because this is a team on paper that should be pretty decent, but we have struggled finding a quarterback 2 all season. Our star tight end has been hurt and underperforming most of the year. And a couple of these, actually all of our wide receivers are guys right now that are second-year players that at the moment aren't giving us as much as we want. I know Rome started off hot, but back-to-back games of only 5 points in PPR. This has been arguably a team where outside of Javonte, I would have looked at preseason and been like, oh man, you're gonna have a really good year. But just everything is broken wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's young enough where that's okay. He's got 326 first. And you're right, like he's in a weird spot because like if things could kind of pick up and kind of turn the tide for him. He said none of those firsts are going to be high this year, so I'd be real interested in trying to move some of those picks. Like I would love to find like some value at receiver if I could.
Garrett Wilson might be that value right now. His value's taken a hit lately with some poor games from the Jets, and he's injured. That might be the guy to go after.
Yeah, I would love to be able to get Garrett Wilson for a couple first plus if I could. It probably take the whole kit and caboodle, all three first to get him.
I don't think so. I think you might be able to get him with 2, maybe with a small plus on top because of the injury and the just okay play this year. I'd at least try it.
Yeah, I would definitely try. I'd throw a second on top to make it look good.
Yep.
He's first. This team here is, what's their record? Yeah, they're
2-10, points for 11th.
I'd have no problem throwing all 3 firsts for CD Lamb.
Yeah,
all 3 first at him.
I agree.
Go for him. Because again, I mean, what's nice is like then you're set up for 2028 for the reset, right? Because you have 3 firsts in 2028. Like you miss out on 27, which is fine. I think with your team and the structure, you have enough quarterbacks to make moves here and there for like a running back if need be. But like for me, I'm looking for like an all-in receiver is what I would like to do to kind of really propel this team to go for it. And then with that in mind, like, okay, it gives me 25 and 26 and 27 to go for it. And then I'm completely resetting for 2028. Like that's my blow up year. And I think, right around 27, you probably still get like a good return back on CD. And I think what's nice is like, if you go back to our team, Pete, like you have enough players, like when you're ready to reset, like you'll have enough guys to kind of like help that process go along, even if you really want to, because like your receivers are so young. Like at 2028, you might be like, oh, I just need to draft a whole bunch of running backs and I'm good. Good.
Right.
Like your team is good enough. Like you don't even have to reset, but at least you have that safety net under you. But like I would really want one more receiver to kind of insulate that room because you have a lot of question marks, right? Like we know Brian Thomas is hurt, but like, man, is he being a dud? And you can't say, oh, it's just a short-lived thing when he just did that as a lone wide receiver of the Jacksonville team for 1 year. Like again, looks great. I'm not saying I'm not on Brian Thomas, but you can't say I'm locked in as a cornerstone. Just like you can't say Marvin Harrison is. And you can't say anything about Rome. Like they all offer that wide receiver 1 upside, but nobody's a cornerstone like CD. Right. And none of them even, and what the scary part is, even offering CD, none of them even guarantee it go along with your cornerstone of Ashton Genty, right? Like you have a paper pretty team is what you have. Yes. You have a paper pretty dynasty team. So like the more I even stare at it as an analyst, I'm going, even then, like I'm somewhat hesitant to go all in with my 3 firsts.
Is the most like solid, steady asset on this team right now Javonte Williams?
Well, no, Jaden Daniels is his best asset.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he solid and steady? He's always hurt.
Offensive line's doo-doo.
Hey, maybe.
Am I wrong?
Chill out there. Yes,
Point out the lie.
He got hurt. How
Again.
many games has he missed?
Yeah, he's missed a ton of games.
He missed
Last year.
He's not Joe Burrow.
He missed 2, and now he's hurt again.
Yeah, but it's not that bad.
All the time.
We don't know he's gonna miss time, Garrett. Calm down.
He's missing time.
Don't you dare say RG3 again.
I didn't. You said it. I didn't say that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the problem. His team's not good enough to go win the ship for sure. Like it's not good enough right now.
Unless something shifts because the players themselves seem like they could be.
It's got to be Mount Vesuvius shift. Like the whole tectonic plate has got to shift like in the right direction. Like it's not like he needs everything to go through like at the same time. Like I'm honestly like I might flip the script here and kind of like, you know what? You're right, guys. I have a lot of question marks. Like, let's see how this all kind of plays out. Hold on to those 326 first. And I might be looking to move Javonte Williams to get into that 27 class if I could.
I would be open to that. And I think he needs to decide which direction he wants to go because I would be open to selling Javonte high. As much as I'm like the biggest fan of his, you're getting a first. And at this point, if I'm a team, I want a first and a little bit more for Javonte Williams. Like that's what I'm looking for. So I think you can easily get a first round pick in 2027, even if they're high on the draft. Say like, I would have given you a 26 plus, but I'll only give you a 27 straight up. Okay. I'll take a 27 straight up for Javonte Williams. But the thing is, I think he just needs to decide because I'm fine with a CD Lamb. I'm fine with a Garrett Wilson. I'm fine with that because you look at everything else here, you don't have your own first round pick. Yeah. So what you do this year has zero impact on where those picks end up being. In fact, if you go for it, the only impact they could have is making those picks slightly worse if you get ahead of one of those teams. So that's the thing for me is like, I'm cool with it. Just don't stay here. That's the only thing I care about is either deal Javonte and play for next year or deal for CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, somebody like that, and try to make a little bit of a push this year. I think the biggest mistake would be just sitting still.
Yeah. And if I had to encourage you, the more I stare at your team and the more I think about it, I would encourage you to move off of Javonte Williams and go that route. Keep the 3 first as your safety net. I would love to get back to 27 class. And then after this year, now the 28 class isn't as far as way. Now you have all those 28 picks to kind of start moving and wheeling and dealing to kind of help then make your push. I think you're in a weird spot right now that your team is too fickle. You know what I mean? Like it's too
and you're at 3-9.
Fragile.
Like you're already kind of behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, so that's the move I would try to make. Is just like somebody needs Javonte, and now's the perfect time to move him. I'm just going through all those top teams and offer them to every single team for a 27 first and see who the first one is that accepts. And I'm going to go ahead and pivot, and I'm going to let that team, the rest of that team, I'm just going to let it ride out the way it is, and then I'm making a big push next year in 26 is the way I want to go, because you could use 2 more running backs and like 1 more receiver, and you got 3 firsts. So you're ready to go.
Let's not forget, this team has Brock Bowers. So you're in a great spot with Brock Bowers. Who's our other tight end again? We had another one as well.
Waller. Nope.
That's not our team.
Let's see. Cade Otton.
If you sell Javonte, this might be the time to sell Cade Otton, because with all these guys hurt, he's actually playing pretty well. I'd like to see what he does tonight, but you might be able to get a solid pick for him.
Yeah. You need another receiver, and you need 2 running backs to get off Javonte and you get the draft capital. Because imagine you're gonna add that running back help at the which are 28 picks next year is when you're gonna add the running back help. Like you're gonna get a for sure thing when you're ready. You want to make the move for the running back when you're ready to go for it, and that'll probably be next year. If that plays out, like these guys actually take a step forwards, which they should, you're gonna use that 28 draft capital to take that step forward. Which makes 27 a little bit more relevant for you anyways on the draft capital. Even though it's a strong class, it doesn't matter as much. And then, hopefully if you just move the 128 first, for the running back that you need, it still gives you multiple firsts to go around with. Maybe you can get a young guy for 2 of those firsts and still have a first. But that's a move for me. That's a move I would encourage him to go. That's my advice, is move off Javonte and let the rest of it ride. And hopefully Brees gets traded and you got 2 good young running backs.
Sounds good. All right, let's go on to our next one. Is this Forrest Frank? You think it's Forrest Frank, Peter?
Who's Forrest Frank?
You don't know? I figured, never mind.
Is he like a baseball player?
No, he's a Christian music artist that is extremely, extremely popular right now. But I was rooting for you to know that one.
It is Garrett.
There it is. It's Forrest Frank. Thanks, man.
It's Forrest Frank.
Yeah. The league name's Dynasty Drunk, so it's probably not Forrest Frank.
Never know.
All right.
So
what do we got
this is a 1 quarterback, 10 team league. Start 10, sitting at 4-2. Now losing Puka for some time. Should I be trying to acquire pieces to contend or go the opposite direction? Don't have my first next year as I traded for AJ in the offseason. Difficult league to trade in. Also, Robert, I am not a Russian spy. That goes by that name, at least.
All right. 10 team, 1 quarterback. So Rich and I, we've got to shift our thinking a little bit from some of these bigger leagues and the multi quarterbacks. So 1 quarterback, 10 teamer. Quarterback wise on this team, we have Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix. Running back wise, Travion Henderson, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, Tyler Algier, Jonathan Brooks, also Rashard Smith down there as well. Wide receivers, we're looking at Puka Nacua, CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, Jaden Higgins, Rashad Bateman. Tight end wise, we're looking at Sam Laporta, Terrace Ferguson, and Zach Ertz. Like you said, we do not have our 26 first. However, we do have our 2 Actually, oh yeah, we do have our 2 other firsts, and we have all of our seconds and all that moving forward. So, Rich, right now we are in 5th place in Dynasty mode. Pete, where are we at in Contender?
5.
We are also in 5th. So we are the truest definition of middle of the road, and a lot of that has to do with our current running back predicament. Rich, what are we doing?
Yeah, you're in a tough spot because you don't have your first next year, so you can't make the move for the running back. I'm not overly interested with your team structure. Give away my 27 first. I would, because my first instinct was like, oh, sell DeAndre Swift because you're riding high, right? Over the last 3 games, DeAndre Swift has averaged almost 21 points per game. He's looked pretty good. I know their playoff schedule is not good at all from a running back standpoint, so that it probably gets some depressed value. Travion Henderson pick, you thought you were getting the piece of the puzzle that's going to really put you where you need to be. You have not gotten that. You're better off starting Nick Chubb, Tony Pollard, Brashard Smith. You're better off starting him at this point. Like, Travion's not startable in any format whatsoever, unless the least amount of touches you get you the most amount of points. But the rule of the league is you have to get at least 1 touch for it to be executed. What a fun league that would be.
I actually thought, Rich, one time I had an idea where, you know how they have like all those like best ball leagues on Underdog. I would really like a worst ball league.
Yeah.
And the point is, like, you would factor it based on where they were ranked weekly. And so you're trying to take the players that are going to like underperform the most based on their weekly projections.
Yeah.
I think that would be
I would be
fun,
the Tom Brady of that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That's like I said, like the least amount of points, but like you have to have at least 1 carry or 1 target to even qualify. Like, you just can't play like guys like
played.
Yeah, like, I'm not starting Shadur Sanders at quarterback. He didn't get a snap. And
so that's why you would want it to be based off of like, what was their projection? Because you're trying to get guys that are projected high. Like Jalen Waddle was one for me this week that like I ranked in my weekly rankings with it. I was like, it's going to be a wet game against that defense. No, thank you.
Yeah, like Quinn Ewers came in for like a snap and qualifies. You know what I mean? Like, so that, like, they put somebody in for like the last series, like Mitch Trubisky comes in and Josh out. Like, okay, the Bills are probably gonna get up a lot. They'll probably put Mitch Trubisky in, just like close it out. He'll get a snap. He
was actually worse yesterday than Quinn Ewers, though. He actually got negative points.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying though. Like, but again, we're talking about a whole new league format in this guy's team. But it does sound like a lot.
Talking about my team, idiots.
Can we stop talking about this and actually turn this into mode and not quit getting people
it'd be
ideas?
Fun.
Giving them the good ideas that
go ahead.
we're going to play.
Yeah. Go ahead. Invest all your capital and then I'll play. Go ahead. Sure.
Worst
Steal the idea. Yeah. Gives me less things to do on my plate of Dynasty over here, which we have a full plate of doing.
And
so
then,
yes, please do it.
You can sponsor us.
Yeah.
We'll be an ad sponsor.
So obviously, like, again, DJ Moore, averaging 21 points almost the last 3 games is a nice asset at running back to have. I don't know if you're able to move him. Again, depressed value. There might be some there at need. I like the idea here, Garrett, of like moving. I'm trying to find the best value at return by flipping Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown is what I'm trying to do, and trying to increase my running back room. Who's our other receivers? We got Puka, CD. We'll get Puka back in 2 weeks. That'll leave us Devontae, DJ Moore. We have no pick next year. That's fine with that. I'm looking like go to team 2, Pete. They desperately need quarterback help. Like who I'm sorry. Who's our other quarterbacks? I'm sorry.
Hurts, Baker, Penix, and McCarthy.
So like I'm not even overly like desperate to get a quarterback back if I can.
This guy has Stafford and Darnold though. I'm not giving much if I'm
Burrow's gone.
But he's got Burrow though too. So what's his record? 3-3.
Okay. 4th in points for.
Like, and then who's his receivers? So I'll start there.
Nico Rome,
Xavier. Okay, Garrett, what do you think?
Xavier just took a hit.
Yeah, go back up. Like, would you offer him AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts for Brees, Burrow, just like a little draft capital on top? Because we could absorb the Burrow loss for this year. We had the receivers to do it. It adds to our running back room. We could afford the receiver loss. Or I would almost do that straight up.
Brees and Burrow.
Almost. But I think we get more on top is my
Hurts and AJ Brown. Because AJ Brown and Brees Hall is kind of a wash.
Yeah, I know.
Like a positional. So
okay, hear me out.
You would probably have to give a little bit since Burrow's hurt.
We have to give a little bit?
I think so. Because Hurts and Burrow were ranked very similar preseason. And now Burrow's hurt.
But he's hurt and Sky wants to win, so we're giving him Jalen Hurts.
Oh, right. So we should get a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah.
I flipped that in my head.
So here we go. What if we offer this team Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown and our 27 second, or Joe Burrow, Brees Hall, and his 27 first?
It's worth a shot.
He does have multiple 27 firsts as well. So that's
and give us the worst one. I'm cool with that.
Give me anyone. I don't care. I'm not stingy. We're getting Burrow back, so I'm not stingy.
Yeah.
I think Burrow offer.
Give me whatever one.
Yeah, give me anyone you want. And we're getting Brees to offset AJ Brown. We're giving him the stack. We're helping his receiving room, and we're definitely helping his quarterback room for now. And he probably, like most people are gonna be like, oh, I'm getting Jalen Hurts over Burrow, who's hurt every other year. Like, sweet. We could totally afford the quarterback loss here completely.
Because we have Baker.
Yeah. And then that gives us Brees, Trevion, Swift, and Pollard. I feel so much better about that. That would tie Algier and Smith. That's a deal I'm offering and negotiating with. I feel like that could get done.
I think it's a possibility. Quarterbacks are always weird ones to trade in one QB, so that's always the weird X factor.
Oh,
it's definitely
dude, it's one QB for something. Okay, right. I apologize. First of all, I'm thinking super flex. But anyway, so who's that guy's quarterbacks? I apologize. This changes the whole dynamic of the trade. Stafford, Sam Darnold.
He still could use a Jalen Hurts this year.
It's still not a bad trade.
I don't even. You know what? I don't even want Burrow back then.
Yeah, I mean, if you can afford it, he'd probably prefer you to take Burrow than to try to like even that out.
I know, but like if we're on the 27, okay, I would offer that, but like again, I apologize. I'm thinking super flex the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, so you're right. It does increase the value a little bit. Like of us getting Brees, he's not starting Brees. It doesn't look like AJ Brown and
Brees and AJ Brown are still similar. And Jalen and Burrow are still similar.
That's the thing. I'm way more comfortable in a one QB of what our quarterback situation of just offering Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown for Brees in his first. That's what I'm saying. Like in a one QB with our quarterback room having Baker, like I'm okay.
We might still have to give the second back, I think.
Okay. I'm okay with doing that too.
Okay.
Would you be? I mean, I would be.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's more likely to get done since we're not taking Burrow back.
Yeah. 100%. Like that, yeah. I feel really good about that. His running back room is that, and listen, that running back, and that's a team where like, hey man, like by the time his 27 first rolls around, might not be that bad.
Right. And it kind of balances out too, because yes, first are worth a little less without the super flex, but it's only 10 team. So it can't go that high. So it kind of balances out.
It makes your second a little bit more valuable too. His first is worth, whatever, but your second is a little bit bumped too. I would do that. I would gamble on it. I'm gambling on Brees, and I'm going for that because I need a running back help so bad. And you have Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. Like, okay, like Brown's gonna give me the biggest return. Good time to move Brown. Just had that big game too, so like a perfect time to get in on that glitter. So, yabba dabba do. Go ahead and slap that ding dong. Slap a lappa. Is there another? Hold on. Yeah, can we just go like number 2, 3 team? Yeah. I'm trying to find a path here for people that he doesn't need quarterback help. What's his receiver room look like?
He's 4-2.
So team 7 is interesting because they're 2-4 and they desperately need wide receiver help.
They do desperately need wide receiver help.
Who's his running backs?
Bijan,
Cook, Dobbins.
You could try offering AJ Brown for James Cook straight up.
I doubt it would get done.
AJ Brown in a second for James Cook.
Maybe. Yeah, that might get done.
I would do that.
Then he puts himself back in the same spot. Like, oh well, crap! Now I need a running back.
Who?
This team.
Oh, I mean, he doesn't need a running back now. He's got James Cook. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Right. Like if you make that
Robinson
trade,
and Dobbins,
it just kind of flips
It is.
the position
It's-
need from one spot to another.
It's one of the hurdles you have to climb in Dynasty, right? Like given an asset for when you make positional trades, like you got to have that depth to do it. Like otherwise, you just create another hole.
What if? All right, I'm thinking out loud here. This might be a bad idea. Would you, if it's even a possibility, because 80% of the time it's not even on the table. If he said, "Hey, give me AJ Brown and your 2 firsts, and I'll give you Bijan," would you do it?
For our team, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I get it. You've depleted 27 and 28. Like, you are all in. But Bijan is such a difference maker that I might be willing to do it.
I mean, it's like getting Josh Allen in a super flex league for 2 firsts and AJ Brown. Like that's
in one
no-brainer.
QB. Like Bijan Robinson is just nuts. So I think I would at least throw it out there, and he might come back and be like, "Bro, there's no way I'm trading Bijan," and that's fine. But AJ Brown is easily worth a first, and then you give a 27 and 28 first on top. Like, it might get done.
No, you're right. I think you are right.
So it's one of those crazy things that will it happen? Probably not. But I'm at least kicking the tires to see what can be. What can be.
I think you're
Especially
right.
Because he was what, 2 and 4 or something like
that. 2 and 4, 8th place, 6th in points for, but can't be feeling very good about his team.
No, he cannot be feeling very good about his team. That's for sure. Even though Travis Hunter did have a good week, Caleb Williams did not. Pacheco did not. I don't think Pacheco did anything this week. Rashid Shaheed didn't have a huge game. Like, yeah, he did all right for himself. So
Pacheco had 57 yards and a touchdown.
Oh, he did get a touchdown. Okay. All right. They scored a lot. I couldn't remember if they rushed one in or not. So maybe he won, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But definitely throwing that one out there as well.
I saw my PPR rank of Bijan being 5 overall because of the super flex ring. I just moved Bijan to my number 2 overall player. That's what I'm doing. I'm sitting here moving him up like, that's not right. And in the meantime, I moved Saquon down pretty significantly.
There you go. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Publish.
Done and done.
Boom.
All right. On to the next one.
On to the next one. Also, while I get this team set up, can we answer Jack's question?
Sure.
About what are you looking for draft capital wise for Drake May?
To give up for Drake May?
All of it.
To trade for give up
for him.
So he's trading for Drake May right now.
Yeah. So in Sleeper, you're allowed 3 years of picks. Assume you have all your picks 1 through 5 rounds. Say that's average. I would give all of it. In a super flex
15
Honestly,
picks.
I would too. Yeah. I've been talking about it for a while now, and like just a few weeks in, like week 3, week 4, I was already like, he's in my first round of super flex. And honestly, like right now, the difference between him and any other quarterback is negligible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still having Josh Allen ahead. I'm still having Jaden Daniels ahead, but it's not by a lot. I still have Lamar ahead, but it's not by a lot.
Again, and I guess let's preface it by saying it depends where your team is. Like, obviously, if you're in complete rebuild, you're not giving all your draft capital away for Drake May.
No,
but if you're you're
not giving the ones away.
If you're ready to take a step forward, like 3 firsts, 3 seconds coming your way for Drake May. Here's the offer, and you win handsomely. Like, it's not even close. Like, it's like, again, it's if you're a contender and you're making a push forward, that I can't say it enough. Like, your draft capital is meaninless. Like, it's not meaninless. It's your best trade bait, but like you're not getting a player like Drake May unless you luck into it. Like, you luck into a Jackson Dart, and when I was saying, and Jackson Dart's like, I compared Jackson Dart kind of like a Drake May, to be honest with you. Like, it's
similar
kind of a similar looks, similar pass, similar play style. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm like, so like, that's why I have no problem paying a lot for Jackson Dart. Like, it's kind of like up my alley. The prices are going to go up.
Rich, and hypothetically, somebody says, hey, I want to tear down from Josh Allen to Drake May.
Mm-hmm.
How much, if any, are you willing to give on top for Josh Allen? if you have Drake May?
Yeah, for me to give, like
you're giving Drake May to get Josh Allen.
Yeah, for me personally, like the way I play, I'm not doing it. I'm not giving anything.
And that's the thing. Like, I think that shows you Drake May's in that tier now. Like, I think Drake May is in that tier with Daniels, Lamar, and Allen. Like, and I know that's uncomfortable, but he is. Like, I'm not giving any less than I would expect from those guys.
Yeah, I mean, they're averaging 1.8 points difference, right? That's the difference, 1.8 points per game. And for me to give up the youth, like it's not worth it to give anything on top. Like, if I really want Josh Allen, like I'm okay making a lateral move, but like I'm not getting anything. And in hindsight, if I can give up Josh Allen to get Drake May, I'm taking anything, any kind of like asset like I actually get, like a pick wise or anything. Like I'm taking
like a second.
Oh yeah, I would do that. Why not?
I think I would too, and I think that shows us how close it is getting.
Depending, like, and now if I'm a contender, if I'm a legit contender, like as much as I want to do that, I believe in Drake May, I feel way more comfortable with Josh Allen to go for the ship. Like, I probably just wouldn't take Drake May in a second. I'd rather just go ahead and go for the title and feel good about it. Not saying that Drake May can't produce at that level, but like outside of that scenario, yeah, I would take a second. I have no problem doing that. Like middle of the road and kind of like not the guaranteed contender. Like I would love to get, I love windows to grab stars and get younger. Like there's such a value in that. Well, definitely a quarterback. Like, wow, I got 10 more years of quarterback. I don't have to worry about it. Like you can't say that definitively about Josh Allen. You know, definitely for his playing style, you can't say that at all. Like there's
there's gonna
be a very clear Cam Newton path there. You know, like if anything, like Josh Allen, the way he plays, he's still got that really strong arm, but his completion percentage is so high and the weapons around him and the way their cap is, like Josh Allen's the perfect. I mean, I told you, like every league I had Josh Allen in, even when I was a contender, I made moves. I made offers for Jackson Dart. Like I was trying to get like a first on top or something like that. They got declined in every league. Like it didn't go through a single one. Like that's how hard it was to get. But like Josh Allen, my team structure is the perfect. Like this is like any window I could see for like another quarterback. I love the, like in my dynasty teams, I try to like make lateral moves for age when I can to stay relevant. Like if I see a lateral move that's even like a slight dip, but I get the bonus on the years by a significant amount, like I want to do that. And like definitely a quarterback because it's so easy, like long term over the year, right? Like 4 points per game over 15 games is a lot of points. It's almost like 80, 90 points. So like quarterback 1 compared to the quarterback 7 is like a drastic difference. But like on a points per game basis, like those quarterbacks are still elite, right? Like they're still like top 25 overall players, top 50, like quarterback 16, still a top 50 overall scorer. If I can get that plus and make a lateral move and make my team better, whether it be a running back or a receiver that I love, like again, Jordan Addison's a perfect example, right? Like if I can move Josh Allen and get Jordan Addison back, plus a quarterback that I like Jackson Dart, you know, like let's throw him in there for Drake May, like Josh Allen. Maybe sometimes saying that out loud, you might be like, dude, that's crazy. That's all you got back for Josh Allen. I think now and long term, your team's better for it. Yeah, from a team construction standpoint. But again, it depends on your team. Like if Jordan Addison can't sniff your starting lineup because you got 3 stud receivers, that changes everything. So like it's like I talk in a vacuum, and you got to always remember every dynasty team is so drastically different compared to where they are in the league and their structure. So, but like in a vacuum, yeah, I would probably prefer on a dynasty team, no matter which way I'm going, Jackson Dart and Jordan Addison than Josh Allen.
All right, let's go on to the next one. This is Kiran, right?
Kiran's team, it's a 1 quarterback, 12-team league. You start 8.
Pretty shallow starting rosters.
Yes. So first question is move Trey Benson for 2027 first.
Is that an offer? I assume that's an offer. Otherwise, why ask? Or like take a deep breath, feel your head for bumps to make sure to get hit. Because don't send that out there. But that's in your inbox. Like, yeah, snap it up before they sit down and feel the bumps on their head. Yeah, for sure. Because even if he hits, like somehow it works out like abracadabra, like I have no problem with that move. Even if he's good for 2 years, if he's James Conner for 2 years, I have no problem. Give me the 27 first.
So heading for the 101, he's 0-6 right now. And he is kind of worried about the 2026 class because it kind of blows.
Well, not if you have a
But
top 4 or 5 pick, it doesn't.
I think it's becoming overrated how bad the 2026 class is.
No, I think it's starting to present value because
like
there's just no depth.
The college show mock draft that we did recently. There was a lot of really good quarterback talent, and this is one quarterback, so that's
exactly
where it hurts.
We've said that, Pete, though. We said that the strength of the 26 really class is quarterbacks and some solid upside receivers. I think 4 or 5 are projected to go possibly in the first round. A lot changes. You got Jeremiah Love in there. You got a tight end that's solid. So, no, you're right, but it's not like there's no superstar talent at this point in this draft class. And you're right, in a 1 QB, like it does suppress the value. And I think right now that I think, Garrett, you're I don't know why I'm speaking on this when you can, like, is it where like there's not a lot of depth, right? Like you said, like there's like 5 guys you feel good about, which is, that's 5 guys. Some of those we bust no matter what, but like it's the depth of that class. So it's like when you're a contender, anytime you're not a contender, like you don't just give, like you keep your first always. I mean, there's always good guys there. It's like if you're not a contender, the depth in the back end of that draft is where you really want to get out from under.
Exactly. So there's one really solid running back. There's like 2 other guys that I could see going on day 2 at running back, and then that's about it. So only 3 running backs to go in the first 2 days would not be a lot. Maybe one other guy, an RJ Harvey type, sneaks in there. Sure, it's possible, but there's not a lot at the running back position. Wide receiver, I think we're going to probably get 3 first-round guys at wide receiver. Maybe a 4th sneaks in. So it's definitely wide receivers the best of those other positions outside of quarterback. But it's not an amazing depth class. If I had to look at my RB 5-6 right now, I'm not very excited about them. If I had to look at my wide receiver 7-8 right now, I'm not very excited about them. So
that's the thing you're looking at, and that's where you're looking at, because the running back class is so weak. Like all those receivers that go early, you're gonna be sitting there like, oh, I'm getting a 6th, 7th best receiver in this class. Like that's never good for anybody in any class, even a good class.
Exactly. All right.
So yes, I guess I got the gate. If you get 27 first for Trey Benson, it's your inbox quickly.
Yes. He brings up trading his 26 for potentially Judkins, but that's more of a theoretical world. If I have Judkins, I'm not trading him for 1 first.
Yeah, even if you're guaranteed at the 1-1.
I was gonna say I would give my first in 26, and as much as I like 27, I will also give my first in 27 unless I have the 101 in both those classes. I'm giving 2 first easily right now for Quinshon.
We are talking about first-born son range for Judkins.
Pushing on it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's the best rookie running back in the league right now. He looks fantastic. He's only 21 years old. I mean, he just turned 21 too, so he's young.
Rich, you want to know something crazy? Our Nerd Score Plus actually had Quinshon Judkins ahead of Omarion Hampton.
That makes sense.
Ooh, interesting.
If I could turn back time, I mean, Garrett, if I could turn back time, I would probably take Judkins as the number 1 running back. As much as I love Genty and how the situation is, I would probably just take Judkins and take the safety net. He looks that good.
So right now you would trade Genty straight up for Judkins?
No, probably not. I'm just saying if I can go back now, I would do that. I know that's weird to say, but no, I wouldn't. Like, I'm still going to like hope out for Genty and where I took him. Like that's such like a quick snap decision. I'm just saying, like, if I had to redraft today, probably not. I say it out loud. It's easy to say stuff out loud and run your mouth when you do 80 hours a show of content a week. But like, it's close.
But you're also saying if I can get
it's a conversation plus, at least.
If I can get any plus, I'm very interested in trading Genty for Judkins. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Let's do this one here. So this is a 1 QB PPR at quarterback, 12-teamer, by the way. Justin Herbert, Anthony Richardson, Riley Leonard. Running back wise, we're looking at Ashton Genty, Breece Hall, Trey Benson, Jalen Wright, Kendry Miller. That's about it. Zonovan Knight, aka Bam, is also doing a little bit right now. Wide receiver, Nico Collins, Jamison Williams, Luther Burden, Cedric Tillman, and then tight end, we've got Tucker Kraft, Isaiah Likely, Terrace Ferguson, AJ Brown. Picks wise, we have our first in 26 and in 27. We have a few extra seconds over the next couple years and an extra third. But right now, this is interesting for me because well, let's see where we're at in contender mode, Pete. We're in 8th in dynasty mode. We're in 11th in contender mode. And that was kind of what I was thinking, Rich, was looking at this team. I don't know where this team wins. Like I don't know where the spot they're going to have an edge, whether that's short term or long term. Like, well, I don't have an edge on players, but I have an edge on picks. Nope, we don't. We just have some extra seconds, which is awesome, but it's a 12-team league and it's only one QB, so that lowers the value of those seconds. So right now we have an okay tight end room. Pete, can you scroll back up for me, bud?
Yep.
We have not a great wide receiver room overall. We have an okay running back room, and we have a good starting quarterback, but he's not one of those like elite 3, 4, 5 guys we talked about. So right now we're kind of living in this mediocrity of like hoping to be better, but not really having the advantage anywhere to do that. Rich, am I close on that?
I think so, man.
Yeah. So for me, like as I'm looking at it, you talked about trading Trey Benson for a first. That's done yesterday, if possible. Like I am absolutely doing that. Then when you look at some of these other pieces, I like Breece Hall and I want Breece Hall on my team, but I am at least floating it out there to see how other people value Breece Hall. What is his going rate? Is it only getting a first? Well, no, I'd rather wait till next year and sell high when he's on a new team. Is somebody going to get you in the ballpark of 2 firsts? Okay, well, then I'm willing to move him. What's Ashton Genty going for? Open to listening to that. What is Nico Collins going for? Open to listening on that. Tucker Kraft, as much as I like the guy, and we had him multiple times this offseason as a buy or a tier down player because we think he's going to have the same production as a Sam Laporta or whoever. As much as I like him, he maybe has now hit peak value. Everybody's excited about Tucker Kraft now. He's in an exciting offense. So I think right now for me, Rich, I've kind of seen the writing on the wall, and I'm willing to parse out some of these pieces if I'm getting good value. This isn't a panic fire sale, but I am trying to get adequate value for a lot of the assets on my team.
Yeah, I agree. It's just everything's kind of open on the table, right? Like in peak moments, and like even like now, like Ashton Genty for like you probably get close to the same return, but like it's suppressed enough where I'm not willing to like just go off of him. You know what I mean? Like he's like the cornerstone franchise.
It's got to be the right value.
I think we've talked about Breece Hall. We think better value is for him to come, and I'm okay not moving him. And then the receivers,
receiver,
yeah, he's.
Pete.
I'm still riding the Nico wave of name, but like he's going to be your best thing to move. Like that team 2, right? Like really needs a receiver. Whatever team.
And I think
2
you could easily get 2 first. If I can get 2 first, and one of those a solid one in 27, I'm definitely going to move Nico for that.
I would love to see if I can get Jordan Addison in like a plus. Like, can I get Jordan Addison and like a plus for like what could I do to like manipulate that trade to get for Nico? You know, like
I think you could easily get Addison and a first. I think you can get Addison and a 27 first.
Yeah, I would love to try that. That's the first one out the gate, and I'd be super stoked about that.
Yep, I think that's the easiest one for me. Are there any contenders that need a tight end, Pete?
Let's see. No, that's the wrong way.
They do not. This team, maybe depending on how they feel about Kincaid. This team. This is the team.
4-2. Yeah.
Yep. We have Tucker Kraft. And I like Tucker Kraft. But he has now left the area of exciting young upside guys into that people see him now where Sam Laporta was a year ago. And I'm just going to sell high on that because I don't think he enters where Bowers and McBride are. I just don't think he does. And so if I can sell that tight end 3, that tight end 4, that's in a lot of people's eyes right there almost with him, but I don't see a scenario where he is entering that tier, I want to sell high. So if I can get anywhere to close to a first for Tucker Kraft, that's what I'm looking to do. And this team might be willing to give it to you because right now they have 2 really good win now running backs. They have an okay wide receiver room, but still like gearing towards win now, but they desperately need a tight end. So I think I would love to look at their first round pick for Tucker Kraft on this team.
Yeah, I'm totally okay to not Superflex tight end premium. He's a good asset. And that's we talk about all the time, right? Like you have to be willing to give good players that spark a rebuild, right? Like you can't like just nobody wants your older yeah, they don't want those guys. Like they just don't. No matter if they're good, like nobody wants Terry McLaurin right now. Nobody wants. It's hard to move some of these guys. Like even like
does this team have first to give? Pete, does this team have first to give?
Yes.
Yeah. So they've got both their first over the next couple of years, and they need a tight end so bad. So yes, I am 100% looking to make that move. It's anytime a tight end gets to that kind of tier. So sell Nico. We're looking to get 2 firsts, or like an Addison in a first, or some type of wide receiver that's young in that tier for Nico Collins. We're looking to get a first from Tucker Kraft. I think this is your team that is the most likely to give you that. And then I'm seeing what is the value in the market for a lot of the other pieces on my team. That's not saying I will sell any of them, but I'm just trying to see like what are the offers I'm getting back for Ashton Jenkins.
And for that Addison trade too, Garrett, like around the gate, like if it gets smashed, declined right away, I would go back and offer like 2/3 on top, like to kind of offset that 27 first get back for Addison, Nico. Like I would be pretty aggressive in that move.
Here's all the shots in the dark. Here's my next 3 classes, 4ths and 5ths. You get all the dart throws.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Okay. So we got a super chat from Mike. 1 quarterback. Would you trade Pacheco straight up for Dylan Sampson if I roster Judkins, or Pacheco for Darnold? Once again, this is super flex. Or 1 quarterback. Or Tracy 2027 second late for Pacheco and an early 27 third.
I prefer the last one.
Tracy one is the one I'm most interested in.
Yep. That's one I would want.
Because
27 second and Tracy.
Yep. Because right now you're basically telling me, hey, do you want this asset that nobody wants for an asset that nobody wants? In a 1 QB anyway. Darnold has a lot of value in Superflex. But at least with the late second, I have a chance there. And Tracy becomes really interesting if something happens to Cam Scatteraboo.
And he's just a younger asset anyway.
Yep. Absolutely. So that would be the move for me, Mike. Tracy in the 27 late second.
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome. Okay.
I do all those deals, by the way.
Okay.
Final one. Superflex tight end premium.
Superflex. Yep. Tight end premium. 14 team league. Start 14. 9. Half point PPR tight end premium. I would like to compete next year, but I'm not sure if that's unrealistic. And if I'd better be off focusing on 2027, just traded a mid 26 first for Kenneth Walker, and I'm not sure what to do next.
Okay, so 14
and 10.
14 teamer, currently 2 and 10. Woof.
Points for 13th.
Okay, golden skid marks. Love the name. Jordan Love, Michael Penix, Mac Jones. So you have in a 14 team league, you're not in terrible shape at quarterback. Running backs Kenneth Walker, Tony Pollard, Woody Marks, Ramondre Stevenson, wide receivers Brian Thomas, Matthew Golden, Brandon Ayuk, Cedric Tillman, Calvin Ridley, Trey Harris, and then at tight end, Evan Ingram, Jawan Johnson, Pat Freiermuth. Draft picks wise, it's still showing his 26 first. So did he give somebody else's 26 first for?
Yeah, he said a mid. So
okay.
It was someone else's.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better because I was like, I hope we didn't give our own.
And bunch of bums, by the way, is 0 and 12 right now.
Okay.
And he has his 27 first.
Ooh. So I think that tells me very clearly what direction we're going. We're playing for 2027. If we have potentially the top 2 picks in 2027, that's an area I want to be in. That's where I want to be pushing, because right now we don't have the assets to compete with a lot of these other teams. But go back to our team, Pete. Jordan Love and Michael Penix, assuming Penix ends up being solid, and maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know. If you're nervous about him and you want to deal him, I have no issue with it. But age is not going to prohibit both of these guys from being interesting assets in 27. And there's a chance Mac Jones has a job in 2027. So I think all of your quarterbacks are in good shape. I would have rather it's close on the Kenneth Walker for the first, because while I have no problem with it, a team in your spot, I think I would have rather kept the first personally, and just kind of really lean heavy into that 27 rebuild. But if he ends up getting traded, or if he ends up finding a new team, you should be able to recoup that. So I would be waiting for better news to happen, and then I'd be looking to flip again on Kenneth Walker. Tony Pollard's gone yesterday. Ramondre Stevens is gone yesterday. Waiting to see what happens with like Marks and Smith, but no problem moving those, because right now my game plan is to have solid quarterbacks, which you do at the moment, and load up on those receivers, because right now you have a team that's 0-12. You have their first round pick and they have the lowest amount of points, and your own pick. I want the first 2 picks in the 2027 class. And if I can walk out of there with 2 of the 3 of Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, and Cam Coleman, which I actually like Cam Coleman slightly better than Ryan Williams, like, I'm going to feel thrilled. I'm going to feel absolutely thrilled. So I think I am doing my best to lean towards that. Are you doing that as well, Rich?
100%. And it comes down to like whatever I can get for Ramondre and Tony Pollard. Like, who needs running back help? Best offer, get some kind of post. Like, literally whatever I could possibly get.
And in a 14-team league, they are a little bit more appealing than they are in other leagues. It's a 10-team, nobody wants them. 14, you get pretty desperate. So guys that you're willing to start in a 14-team league can get really interesting.
Yeah, this guy has Charbonnet as his RB2.
Yep.
And he's competing.
What about team 4? He has like no running backs.
Quinchon, Harvey, Etienne, Sampson, Brooks.
Could maybe use a Tony Pollard, maybe.
Literally anything. Like, 3rd round picks are totally fine.
Yeah.
Go back to our team, Pete. Remind me, what do we have at receiver and tight end again?
Thomas Golden, Ayuk, Tillman, Ridley.
Ayuk's another one. I would really like to see what happens rest of this season. I'm hoping he comes back and looks good, because I'm not confident he's part of our future. So I'm waiting for him to come back and look good. He's another one that I want to flip. Evan Ingram's playing better lately. He's more involved in the offense, but another one I'm probably just kind of waiting to see on. I think that's it.
Yeah. I think that's right, though. I think it's a good spot for it. He's set up good. He's in a good spot.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us this week. As always, we are live every single Monday, leading up to, we'll try to figure out when the stopping point is. It'll probably be somewhere around the trade deadline, so probably leading right up into the playoffs for Fantasy Football League. We'll take a break on this show for a while until we get back into February, March, when teams are really starting to ready to take a look at their rosters again. But until then, each and every Monday, we're going to be live here at noon to discuss your teams. Rich, anything else before we get out of here?
No, you nailed it.
Pete, anything from you?
Nope. I listened to our Risers and Fallers episode live now.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. See you next time.